It's your boy Toby D, and you already know what it is. It is pound for pound. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a much needed win. Now, it might not be counted as a quality win, but it definitely was a must win, and you all know what I'm saying about that. Now, of course, you know many people are going to belittle the win because Tyron Smith, the left tackle, was out, which was clear, because our man, Mr. Adrain Clayborn, got 6 sacks in the game and is up there with some elites. God bless his soul, Derek Thomas being one of them, who had 7 sacks in one game. One of ours, Claude Humphries, Hall of Famer that is, and Chuck Smith, of course, both had 5. I heard that Claude Humphries had 5 sacks twice in his career. And man, it's all good. This just goes to show you that we have pass rushers that can go off at any moment. You got to give Dan Quinn some credit for that, excuse me. It's just exciting. You're 5-4, but the fight is still not over. And listen, I'm going to tell you what. I don't care who was out there we were playing. That's how you take advantage of a team that don't have all their key players. Finally, the Atlanta Falcons figured out how to do that. Now, maybe them getting the ball ran down their throats defensively for 200 and some yards last week against the Carolina Panthers, who was, as Devondre Campbell confirmed it, one of the worst run offenses in the league, surprisingly, because we know they are usually in the top 10 for having one of the best run offenses in the league with Jonathan Stewart over there. But they were not that good this season, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Newton has had to carry that team on his back. That is, of course, until the Atlanta Falcons got there. Now, albeit we look good defensively early on, but then they started killing us with them read options, them trick plays, and wearing us out all game long, and we just did not have an answer for it. So if this caused them to be ticked off when they played against Dak Prescott, then so doggone be it. That's what you need to be ticked off when you know you should have won that game against the Carolina Panthers. You should have won that game against the Miami Dolphins, and you doggone should have won that game against the Buffalo Bills. But however the case, you got it against the Dallas Cowboys. I will take it. Sorry, Dak, but thank you for the record for Adrain Clayborn. And also, as a matter of fact, shout out to Matt Ryan for being the first quarterback to hit 40,000 yards, the fastest in the NFL. But the fight ain't over, Mr. Matt Ryan. Let me tell y'all something. This defense played ticked off from the get-go. You can tell. Dan Quinn said all week that this team was ticked at knowing they could play better and they can improve, and they have not been doing it. And they showed up. It wasn't until 7 minutes and 50 seconds in the second quarter when Matt Ryan was hot about the fact that he felt he should have got a roughing the passer call, and he even yelled for throwing the flag, and they basically picked the flag up and said that there was no foul on the play, that Jake Matthews basically was there and forced the player into Matt Ryan. That was a bunch of hoopla. But it is what it is. We didn't get the call, even on Devontae Freeman, who got clearly hit with the helmet of the other defender. And my poor buddy, man, what is concerning, y'all pray for my boy, man. He just keeps getting concussions. I think he is starting to become our little Wes Welker. But I don't want to see my man end up like Trey Mason. And a lot of you know the story about Trey Mason. They said his brain was basically reduced to that of a child. And I don't want to see my man, Devontae Freeman, get treated that way. Now, he is a tough player. But you keep getting hit so much and getting concussions like that, at least since 2015, that becomes very concerning to me. So y'all pray for him, man. I'm going to be praying for him that he can get through. You know this is a violent game, and for some reason, with all that money that the NFL is making, they still have not figured out how to help guys not get concussed. But however the case, we love the sport, and we love to watch it. So let's pray for everybody that's playing it, man, this game that we as fans love so dearly. And we heard all your Cowboys fans was up in there. And let me tell y'all something. I don't care nothing about y'all talking about where your rings at just because you feeling sour because we whipped your behind. Once again, last time it was in the Dome and I was there, and all y'all can say is where your rings at because you got beat 20-13. Now this time it was worse. So you can talk about your rings all you want to. I don't care, because as of right now, you don't have none as of recently. And so that means if you're not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, or you're not a Patriots fan who has a ring as of recently right now, I don't even want to hear any of that mess that you're talking about. No disrespect, but I don't want to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, I love what I saw from Matt Ryan yesterday. He got ticked and he had to take a time out because of it, I'm sure, to get his composure back before he went back out there, only to get a sack on him in 3rd and 8. But however the case, after that, this team offensively started getting their stuff together. And for the first time, we saw rhythm. This offense has been dancing with 2 left feet the whole season. Sporadically doing some things every now and then. I don't count the Green Bay game because we got their number as of right now. This right here was the first game that I seen the Falcons offense finally get some rhythm to the passing game. And shout out to Tevin Coleman, who had another good game coming in. Now, like it was said, he could have had 100 yards if it wasn't for that penalty call when we were threatening again to score before the game was over. But however the case, we take what we can get. Now let's hope he stays healthy, and this is not one of them cases where like he came out in the Eagles game in 2015, had 80-some yards, only to get into the second game and get cracked ribs. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope this guy can really get on a run for us, because he's going to have to take over while Devontae Freeman is out. And shout out to Tyron Ward. See, this is why you can't get rid of Tyron Ward. I don't care how much the conversation is about getting rid of this guy because he's not, quote-unquote, a spectacular special teams player. The dude can get you some rushing yards. And he clearly showed that yesterday. So it's hard to get rid of him. It's hard to beat him out. I remember when Patrick DeMarco, we kept bringing guys in to beat him out. Brady, Ewing, and other guys of that such nature, and he just kept beating everybody out. Tyron Ward is doing the same thing. Give him credit. I don't care if he's hurt, like he was hurt most of the, OTAs in camp. But when he gets on the field, what does he do? He shows up. Or as we like to say, rise up. That's what he does. But this game yesterday, to finally see Mohamed Sanu getting balls, although I would love for him to stop tipping them balls up now, it ain't all his fault, because little Xavier Woods did put his hand up in there to help deflect that ball up for his guy to be there. But you already know that the defenses are going to practice that all week because they're anticipating the tip drill every time they play us. And I ain't going to sit here and lie that I was not nervous about some of those passes that Matt Ryan was throwing and threading the needle. But however the case, he was getting it in there and it was working. Taylor Gabriel finally got going. Julio Jones got going, and I love the way that they finally used Austin Hooper. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I've come to realize that he is not a field stretcher. Okay, we don't know where Eric Salbert is. Now, potentially, that is what he's going to be if he develops well with Wade Harmon, the tight ends coach, but we shall see what the future holds for him. But he has done well in a moving tight end position, which the Falcons did with him all day yesterday. And I enjoyed every bit of it. This is how you use a guy like Austin Hooper. And once again, Toilolo gets his little 10 cents in there or so, make a couple of catches here and there. But everybody got a turn. Justin Hardy. And shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, if it's one thing we do know for sure, They are killing it in the back of that end zone. You had Muhammad Sanu and Austin Hooper against the Jets catch 2 in the back of the end zone for touchdowns. And now you got Justin Hardy catching 1 in the back of the end zone. You're going to see that a lot more this season, as much as they are able to continue to be successful doing it. So that is one pass play in the red zone area that you can be sure that we're having success with, and I enjoy that much of it. But you can't really be all that much mad at Steve Sarkisian. Although we didn't light it up, we were efficient in the pass game, and we finally looked like a pick your poison offense yesterday. Now, I just hope that that rhythmic pattern continues in the next game when we go up to Seattle. Hopefully, there's not a lot of fog on Monday night. But I'm excited about that game, and I'm looking, I don't care who's in that game and who's not. I know Richard Sherman is going down, and I know Cliff Averill is going down. I don't care who's in there. We just need to go up in there and handle business so we can hold tiebreakers over them, Green Bay, Detroit, and now Dallas. Now, that's all I got to say. Please comment, share, like, all of those wonderful things. Again, it's Toby D, pound for pound. Peace. I'm out.